Hey everybody, it's David with davidspassage.com, and today we're continuing on in our wild edible plant series. We're talking about ramps, or leeks, or wild garlic, or wood garlic, whatever you want to call it. Stick around. So I'm walking along the trail here, and I come across a patch just right alongside the trail, which is kind of cool. And actually just looking out, I'm looking at patches of, wow, more than I can count. And this is what's called leeks. These are kind of small. It's just an early spring vegetable for now. They'll grow, they'll keep growing. The leaves get really big. But you can kind of tell it's got a really broad leaf structure. And when you peel these apart, or when you smell them, they have a very strong onion, garlic type of smell. And as you can see, they're kind of a root vegetable, just like onions, like you would find wild onions. But you can also eat the leaves in salads and things like that. You can eat the whole thing. A lot of people down south like to fry them up. A lot of times they serve them in fancy restaurants. And this is just a small patch. I'm looking at patches of thousands of these. I can't even count how many thousands of leeks that I'm looking at right now. One thing you need to know about harvesting edibles that are tubers, or root vegetables, is when you pull this, that's it. They're not growing back. And so what you have to do, you can't, like from this patch here, I'm not gonna pick much of anything. Maybe one from this patch here. I picked these from down the trail, but you pick them and they're done. So you gotta be careful. You don't wanna over harvest these. These pop up in early springtime. Right now it's like mid-April where I'm at. Before you try any edibles that I might show on this channel, you got to make sure to check with a local expert first. You eat the wrong plant and you could be really hurting. So kind of looking at these, it's a broad leafed plant, smooth margins on the side of those leaves. Leaves are light green and often with this sort of reddish purplish vein coming up there. Both, the white lower leaf stalks and the broad green leaves are edible, and you can use them in a variety of dishes. You can put them in salads, soups, you can fry them. A lot of times they're going to grow in clusters like this, and actually in large patches. I know I'm looking at patches 50 yards away that are probably 50 feet square, and so they like to grow in large patches like this, kind of on hillsides and kind of lower by watery areas. The soil is very moist. So you can kind of see the stalks, they grow straight in, and these little rootlets down here or whatever, they go down too. They can kind of spread out. But for the most part, you're not eating this. So if you clear out the dirt kind of around the bulb there, a lot of times they come out pretty easy. Get your fingers in there and go ahead and pull them on out. I'm not going to take any more from this patch though, because that's such a small patch. Kind of want that to be able to grow. All right, well, went to one of the bigger patches and got these, and they smell oniony. It's kind of just like onions, got this layer right around the outside. I'll just peel that off, snap off the roots. Be sure to rinse them off real good. And I'm actually going to make a little soup out of them right now. That's going to be coming up in my next video, because there's something I got to do first before I can show you the soup. Not much more to it. Those are ramps, leeks, wild garlic, whatever you want to call them. Great source of trail food, I guess, if you're looking for that sort of thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd especially like to know what kinds of recipes you guys use for leeks, for those of you guys that are into wild edible stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and bon appetit.